Good morning, everyone. Hi, wild man. Chapter 10, Part 3, Absolute Happiness. Well, what concept? I found. Okay, easy. I found that the best guide to absolute happiness are the Ten Commandments and the Lord's Prayer. I know, right? I keep mentioning that. It's one of those things where you have to, it's like practice. Don't become the #1 tennis player by just picking up a rack, tennis rack, and start playing, right? I mean, even people who are quite talented have to practice a lot. And, of course, with practice comes some aches and pains as well. When I see how some athletes out there, you know how amazing they are. I like to watch figure skating. That's one of my, and gymnastics, right? Whew. They make it look so easy, right? And then there's all them other ones there too, you know, and here I'm sitting, I'm going, wow, they actually judge them. I think they're all great, right? How can they judge one from the other? Well, you know, to find the best. Yeah, I got it. But really, when it comes down to it, when you get to a certain level there, you have practiced so much, right? You have gone through so many aches and pains. And I don't know what injuries, right? Aches and pains, same thing. That how can one then just pick one of them as the best, right? Yeah. Well, that's just how we work. Okay, I guess. Right? People are very competitive out there, which is a good thing in some things. You know, what's wrong with that, right? If one enjoys doing it. I do see often too, though, the stories on, you know, get into something you really like doing, and then it becomes this competition thing or something, and then suddenly the joy is gone. No more joy. Oh, right there, right? Yeah, how do you retain joy when you, by not overdoing it, right? By not overdoing it. Keep that joy. Right? Then in order to, well, let's stay with the sports, in order to get better and better, right, then people start to cheat with all kinds of different things. And then when they get caught, what a mess. Or suddenly, there is, instead of focusing on, right, the sport, this, not, suddenly other things start to play a role, nothing to do with the sport. Well, again, that must be really a happy time for everyone. Right, guys? Now, we don't care about all that. There's, I sprayed the food around out there, and they got all clunked together in one spot. That's mine. That's mine. No, that's mine. Hey, hey. So there's plenty out there for everyone in the end. Oh, yeah. Yep, it's sad to see sometimes when I watch people out there in different areas of what they like to do, and then and then suddenly the problems start, right? So sad. Yeah. Anyway. So the Ten Commandments, the Lord's Prayer, it's a practice you do every day. And it can mentally stress you when you know I'm just failing in this one part, miserable. Yeah. It's already there, honey. I think the main reason it's so difficult for people to adhere to the Ten Commandments in its entirety is just 10 rules. You know how many rules there are to drive a car that you have to remember? Yeah, some people aren't very good at remembering that either. So, I have to make a choice today. It's rainy out there. This boy needs his hoof cut. I think you won't like it. What to do. I could just leave him in and let the other ones out. But I don't want them to be in the rain. Their coat's coming in rain rot, so this guy's got a little problem. Okay, Joyce May. We're going with the better part of it all. Okay, we can't have that. But he can. Okay. Throw him this in. Here, buddy. What? That's one. I'll give you two. Yeah. Alright. Alright, that goes back over here. Yeah, I'll leave you in today. What do you think? Huh? You're not gonna like that, are you? What did I just have in my hand? This one? What's this one? Oops. Here. No. Yeah. How much you got? Yeah, you got a household of the hay too. Thank God I got. Oh, that's way too much for the boy here. I need the glasses. What is that in there? Okay. Oh, that's not what I thought. Okay. Well, he should be alright with this then. Here you go, buddy. Okay. How much did I give him? I'll give him a little more, too. Such contemplation over something I've been doing for so long. Yeah. When, as the winter goes on, I don't have to worry too much these days, but there were times I was able to just get so much hay, and then, over winter time, we all kind of tightened the belt a little, right? Yeah, it didn't hurt them, so they still had plenty to eat. It's more me going, Well, but they got to have until I realized, no, they don't. Okay. Same thing there. Absolute happiness. Gosh, one could, I guess, take the whole thing apart and why that's just not happening. And I just plow forward with, yeah, it can happen. The one thing in this journey I realized is that sometimes, or I would say even as a child, I gotta get going here too. That people in your life, they come and go. They really do. I found myself to be, I was going to dump some, what's right here, extra in there. Not going to muck them out today. Make it a little easier on myself. Can I? Thank you. Oh, man. Oh, what just fell down? Okay. Where'd it go? Hit a tick on his butt. Is there more? Is there just that one? Okay. Where'd it fall? That was a big thing. I guess you'll be crushing it. Let's see it. Okay. Ticks. Huh. Alright. Let me see here. Oh. So that's one way to look at it. People just come and go. I feel my life, I've been the one coming and going. I just kind of walk through, right? I enter people's lives and then I exit people's lives. Works great for me. And I don't think I ever really left anyone behind that, where it created a problem. You want to come in? Just come on in. I'm just talking.
I'm going to go get the water. I'll go do the water.
Okay, I'm leaving them in today.
Okay.
Sounds good? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so anyway. Charlie, I want to throw a little extra in for you. Oh, sorry. Yeah. That doesn't work for everyone, but it fit me perfect all my life. Yeah. And I guess one reason is there's so much to do out there. So many, I don't always feel like I'm guided towards certain people for a while. Then it's kind of time to move on. I can't really say that I've ever parted anywhere with anyone in as enemies. Things just happen. And you're kind of, oh, okay. Well, time to move on. Yes, I think that keeps you from having a lot of heartaches and disappointments when you prolong your stay. When the job's done, time to move on. There's more people waiting out there, if they like it or not, for my heavenly wisdom. I have so much to give up. Yes. It's a wonderful life to live like that, I think. And yes, again, I know, okay. It took me some time to get to to that point too? Oh, because I was disappointed in people. Just no, I never thought that way. I just learned from my experiences, and I just wouldn't. That didn't really hanker after anything. I mean, you can have your grieving period when people come and go, right? Either here in the physical or moving on to spirit world, say. But then it's time to reminisce, you know. It's in spirit world the same. I've come across all kinds of people that are coming. I guess it's the same there. I just kind of weave my way through there as well. But it keeps you in a really happy state. So you rely on yourself only because that's the safest. No. How can I help it if I really like myself? I'm happy with myself. If I'm content with myself, I'm not going to be afraid of my own company or start to worry about this, that, or being alone or lonely. I think really being alone is different. Feeling sad and lonely is different from just enjoying your own time. Yes? Well, I have a lot of my own time. I love it. I really love it. At this time, in my life, I love that. I gave a lot of my time to other people for a long time. I'm calling it my time, yes, but I was happy with that as well. Yes, see, there is a balance. If one can find that balance, and I found that balance can only be found when you really embrace the Ten Commandments and the Lord's Prayer and acknowledge that one heavenly creator, that heavenly parent, and the embrace that can come with that. I'll tell you a good story on how that embrace, when people talk about spirit world, that always has to be something supernatural or I don't know what, right? Yeah, okay. But we miss a lot of things then that actually are happening through people. So I was sitting with someone dying, an older gentleman, and I didn't get much information about it. Had nothing going on him. The only thing I knew was he came from the nursing home. That was it. I'm going, oh my gosh, there was nobody there with him. No one there with him. All the family gone. Amazing when you're in a way the last one. And then, of course, I thought, well, you never know what happens in people's lives, that they end up alone. But if you don't, in this case, say, well, this is a gentleman, she's over 80, he was 89, 87, 80 something. I keep going down. And he just laid there. He couldn't talk anymore. He was on oxygen too. Was he on oxygen? He had little things in, I think. So he just laid there on his back, breathing pretty shallow, but seemed content, just laying there, kind of halfway gone, maybe. So then when I don't just sit there, so what do I do with this one? Right? What do I do with this one? I have to get some water, you guys, and I'll tell you the rest of this story. Oh, Pat. Oh, well, hello. Are you visiting? you would think that the pigs, no, that's what we hear. I haven't seen that really. In this kind of weather, there's a puddle out here. They're not really interested in wallowing around in there. They only do that in the summertime when it's really hot and they're out and the flies are bothering them. That's when they take their little mud, when they're hot, their little mud bath. Otherwise, I've never seen them just for fun, right? Never. That's not something. Anywho. I'm a little slow this morning. Reason, someone brought something really good last night. Had to have a little in my coffee. It wasn't a little. Oh, where's your bucket? Now I'm suffering for it a little bit. Ooh, it's good though. Yeah. Anywho. You need some? Go ahead. So, I'm sitting next to this older gentleman who's in a passing stage. And I thought to myself, well, first I gave him the blessing and all that. I thought, well, it sure would be nice if I would know a little more about you, you know. And then when that happens, I proceeded at that time to just tell him about me and my life, my kids, and I thought, I told him, well, that sure be nice if I would know a little bit more about you. Yeah. It didn't. Not 10 minutes later, okay, here come a couple of ladies in, and they had them scrubs on. Oh, done. And they come in and say, oh, here he is. They're on a lunch break. We're the nurses who took care of him. He was at the nursing home for 4 years. And he was such a one. And so they proceeded to tell me all these wonderful things about this guy. He's very humorous, very easy to get along with, right? And to take care of. And they came on they come on their lunch break to see him one more time. I think that tells something about the person as well, right? Yeah. Anyway, so here I am standing up going, thanks, guys. Yeah, Spirit World. Okay, here we go. I just expressed a wish, right? I wish I know a little more about you. Here come these two ladies in, right? Told me all about him for about 30 minutes. Oh, and you could tell they were so gentle with him to this day. You could tell that these nurses really liked that. And then after that, they left. Story of my life. He perked up. Perked up. He didn't open his eyes or anything. That wasn't happening. But I was holding his hand, and at one point he squeezed it a little bit. And also, there's other explanations for that. The person is dying, but it happened several times. so I thought, I know. Okay, so then of course, I got a little deeper into it. So, well, what do you want to do? Now I had a connection back to his spirit. So what would you like to do? And he's expressed a wish to go through the Lord's Prayer. That was the first time, that's many years ago now, that was the first time that I went through it like that, line by line, and then thinking about what that meant, this, that, and with him, and I wrote it all down too. And then with him, him giving back, I said, what do you think this means, So we had this give and take on writing down the Lord's Prayer, line by line, and what this prayer entailed, and the lines, what they, really mean, kind of expanded the whole thing. Oh, it was a wonderful experience. It was so wonderful that then, in a way, I couldn't stop. I wanted to, this prayer, I wanted to know it really deeper and deeper and deeper until it kind of became, I feel a part of me, right? Isn't that beautiful? So, I go and I sit with this older gentleman. So he's not alone while passing. And then what am I getting in return? You see? That's absolute happiness in a moment. Right? That care that everyone in a way gets. If there is some give and take happening between the physical and the spiritual, and then on how, right away, there's another lesson, right? There is another way. What have I got in here? Oh, that's broke. But I think that could still be used. We would need a drill. I'll keep that in here. Oh, well, cool. I already got gloves in here. Isn't that something, though? It's this absolute moment of just happiness that then, practiced, continues on. You see how that works? Yes. That was my experience with this older gentleman while he was passing. How beautiful. Huh? And now, in this chapter 10, he has a place now. Huh? I get to share what we both kind of experienced together with the Lord's Prayer. Yeah. What a wonderful thing to leave behind with someone that then now I can share with all of you. While they're passing, he still shared. With, we did it together, but, right? Isn't that something? Oh, yes. And so here we go. I reminisce on that moment. Wow, that was amazing for me to walk into that person's life. I entered and I exited. And was given so much knowledge and just this abundance of creativity too. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's what I wanted to share today. I've got the still sweep here. Is there anything I've got? I don't think so. Well, you can't rush these videos. Can't do that. Then I'm missing things that I need to hear. So, especially today. Anyway, beautiful moment. I think there's one thing, sometimes one gets into the mode. I'm not saying anyone did whatever, just saying sometimes one gets into the mode of, I wasn't waiting for him to pass. I was still sharing things while he was passing, right? Making every minute count. Yeah, okay. He was very peaceful too. No signs of struggle, nothing. Just a peaceful older gentleman, ready to go. We still could come up with this. We came up with that, to do that. Right then and there. Beautiful. Sometimes when we rush through things, that's, I guess, the end of this one. We rush, well, this shall pass too. We miss. We could miss something very beautiful in that rush, which is absolute happiness. And it doesn't matter if it's in joy or pain. It can be had in both areas. 100% absolute happiness. Yeah? Yes. Oh. Anywho, I think that's it. That's what I wanted to share. Well, he's got a big old mess in front of his stall going on here. Let's see. Well, it's got some hay. That's how about not they? They'll muzzle out every little piece if they hadn't had enough. What they feel like. Muzzle up that's what I like to see. Finish your plate now. Yep, chapter 10, part 3, absolute happiness. Preserving the moments, cherishing the moments when you walk in to a person's life and exit again on the other side, right? Yes. Okay. God love and blessings always, and I will talk to y'all another time. And we got the barn all done in 34 minutes. Not bad. I didn't muck.